If you are not in the process of becoming the person you want to be, you are automatically engaged in becoming the person you don't want to be. Remember, happiness doesn't depend upon who you are or what you have. It depends solely upon what you think. So start each day by thinking of all the things you have to be thankful for. Your future will depend very largely on the thoughts you think today. So think thoughts of hope and confidence and love and success. If you do something for someone else, never remember. If someone does something for you, never forget. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. Remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain. And most fools do. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. When dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but creatures of emotion. Improving yourself is a lot more profitable than trying to improve others. Abilities wither under criticism. They blossom under encouragement. Knowledge isn't power until it is applied. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. There are 4 ways, and only 4 ways, in which we have contact with the world. We are evaluated and classified by these 4 contacts. What we do, how we look, what we say, and how we say it. People do things for their reasons, not ours. So find their reasons. Perhaps you will forget tomorrow the kind words you say today, but the recipient may cherish them over a lifetime. Take charge of your attitude. Don't let someone else choose it for you. Learning is an active process. We learn by doing. Only knowledge that is used sticks in your mind. An old man was asked what had robbed him of joy in his life. His reply was, things that never happened. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Your smile brightens the lives of all who see it. To someone who has seen a dozen people frown, scowl, or turn their faces away, your smile is like the sun breaking through the clouds. If you want to be a good conversationalist, be a good listener. To be interesting, be interested. An hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. Life truly is a boomerang. What you give, you get. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. Do the thing you fear to do and keep on doing it. That is the quickest and surest way ever yet discovered to conquer fear. Face the thing that seems overwhelming, and you will be surprised how your fear will melt away. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Fear is the result of a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence is the result of not knowing what you can do. A lack of knowing what you can do is caused by a lack of experience. A lack of experience is caused by a lack of doing something new. Pay less attention to what men say. Just watch what they do. If you must make a mistake, make a new one each time. Don't be afraid of enemies who attack you. Be afraid of the friends who flatter you. When we hate our enemies, we are giving them power over us. Power over our sleep, our appetites, our blood pressure, our health, and our happiness. Our enemies would dance with joy if only they knew how they were worrying us, lacerating us, and getting even with us. Our hate is not hurting them at all, but our hate is turning our days and nights into a hellish turmoil. The world is filled with interesting things to do. Don't lead a dull life in such a thrilling world. Fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. You can conquer almost any fear if you will only make up your mind to do so. For remember, fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. The only way on earth to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. Every day is a new life to a wise man. You never achieve success unless you like what you're doing. Remember, happiness doesn't depend upon who you are or what you have. It depends solely on what you think. Believe that you will succeed, and you will. There is one all-important law of human conduct. If we obey that law, we shall almost never get into trouble. In fact, that law, if obeyed, will bring us countless friends and constant happiness. But the very instant we break the law, we shall get into endless trouble. The law is this: always make the other person feel important. Even God doesn't propose to judge a man till his last days. Why should you and I? The world is so full of people who are grabbing and self-seeking. So, the rare individual who unselfishly tries to serve others has an enormous advantage. He has little competition. You can measure the size of a person by what makes him or her angry. All men have fears, but the brave put down their fears and go forward, sometimes to death, but always to victory. If we think happy thoughts, we will be happy. If we think miserable thoughts, we will be miserable. Our trouble is not ignorance, but inaction. Don't ask a man what is important to him. Watch how he spends his time. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. You are something new in this world. Never before, since the beginning of time, has there ever been anybody exactly like you. And never again throughout all the ages to come will there ever be anybody exactly like you again. People aren't interested in you. They're interested in themselves. First ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? Then prepare to accept it. Then proceed to improve on the worst. Our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment. Our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment. The person who seeks all their applause from outside has their happiness in another's keeping. We move toward what we picture in our minds. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Your smile brightens the lives of all who see it. If you want others to like you, if you want to develop real friendships, if you want to help others at the same time as you help yourself, keep this principle in mind. Become genuinely interested in other people. When we hate our enemies, we are giving them power over us, power over our sleep, our appetites, our blood pressure, our health, and our happiness. In talking with people, don't begin by discussing the things on which you differ. Begin by emphasizing and keep on emphasizing the things on which you agree. Keep emphasizing, if possible, that you are both striving for the same end and that your only difference is one of method and not of purpose. Keep your mind open to change all the time. Welcome it, court it. It is only by examining and re-examining your opinions and ideas that you can progress. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. The way to defeat fear: decide on a course of conduct and follow it. Keep so busy and work so hard that you forget about being afraid. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Intelligence is like underwear. Everyone has it, but you don't have to show it off. The expression a woman wears on her face is more important than the clothes she wears on her back. When we have accepted the worst, we have nothing more to lose. And that automatically means we have everything to gain. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Instead of worrying about what people say of you, why not spend time trying to accomplish something they will admire? Feeling sorry for yourself and your present condition is not only a waste of energy, but the worst habit you could possibly have. One of the most tragic things I know about human nature is that all of us tend to put off living. We are all dreaming of some magical rose garden over the horizon, instead of enjoying the roses that are blooming outside our windows today. Everybody in the world is seeking happiness, and there is one sure way to find it. That is by controlling your thoughts. Happiness doesn't depend on outward conditions. It depends on inner conditions. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Forget yourself by becoming interested in others. Do every day a good deed that will put a smile of joy on someone's face. It isn't what you have, or who you are, or where you are, or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about. Remember that other people may be totally wrong, but they don't think so. Don't condemn them. Any fool can do that. Try to understand them. Only wise, tolerant, exceptional people even try to do that. The life of many a person could probably be changed if only someone would make him feel important. Try leaving a trail of little sparks of gratitude on your daily trips. You will be surprised how they will set small flames of friendship that will be rose beacons on your next visit. I found that worry and irritation vanish into thin air the moment I open my mind to the many blessings I possess. All the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the past together again. So let's remember, don't try to saw sawdust. When dealing with people, let us remember that we are not dealing with creatures of logic. We are dealing with creatures of emotion, creatures bristling with prejudices and motivated by pride and vanity. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. Criticism is futile because it puts a person on the defensive and usually makes them strive to justify themselves. Criticism is dangerous because it wounds a person's precious pride, hurts their sense of importance, and arouses resentment. The royal road to a man's heart is to talk to him about the things he treasures most. Take a chance. All life is a chance. The man who goes farthest is generally the one who's willing to do and dare. If you want to keep happiness, you have to share it. Let us not get so busy or live so fast that we can't listen to the music of the meadow or the symphony that glorifies the forest. Some things in the world are far more important than wealth. One of them is the ability to enjoy simple things. When I asked him, Mr. Henry Ford, if he ever worried, he replied, "No. I believe God is managing affairs and that he doesn't need any advice from me. With God in charge, I believe that everything will work out for the best in the end. So what is there to worry about? No matter what happens, always be yourself." The value of a smile. It costs nothing, but creates much. It enriches those who receive, without impoverishing those who give. It happens in a flash, and the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. None are so rich they can get along without it, and none so poor but are richer for its benefits. It creates happiness in the home, fosters goodwill in a business, and is the countersign of friends. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. The very best way in all the world to overcome self-consciousness and shyness is to get interested in other people and to think of them, and, almost miraculously, your timidity will pass. Do something for other people. Practice deeds of kindness, acts of friendliness, and you'll be surprised to see what happens. Happiness is largely an attitude of mind, of viewing life from the right angle. Let's not allow ourselves to be upset by small things we should despise, and forget. Remember, life is too short to be little. Do the hard jobs first. The easy jobs will take care of themselves. The best things in life are yours, if you can appreciate yourself. If you can't sleep, then get up and do something instead of lying there worrying. It's the worry that gets you, not the lack of sleep. Listen first. Give your opponents a chance to talk. Let them finish. Do not resist, defend, or debate. This only raises barriers. Try to build bridges of understanding. One of the worst features about worrying is that it destroys our ability to concentrate. When we worry, our minds jump here and there and everywhere, and we lose all power of decision. However, when we force ourselves to face the worst and accept it mentally, we then eliminate all those vague imaginings and put ourselves in a position in which we are able to concentrate on our problem. The biggest lesson I have learned is the stupendous importance of what we think. If I knew what you think, I would know what you are, for your thoughts make you what you are. By changing our thoughts, we can change our lives.